Man, have y'all tuned into the newest true crime documentary on Netflix? I sure did. And baby, let's talk about it. Warning, spoilers ahead. So turn this off if you do not want to know what happened and run. Do not walk to watch this show. Run and watch this show. You are going to be so shocked. The show I'm talking about is called Unknown Number, the High School Catfish. And here's my disclaimer. I am raw and honest about my opinions. I can get a little meany. I can get a little petty. I can get a little rude. So if you do not like that, you do not like foul language or people being talked about, you've been warned. Exit this video. Okay, so the few that stayed, that's petty like me, that love a true crime, that love something juicy, baby, let's get into it. Okay, so boom. This film follows two teenagers from a tight-knit community in Bill City. It's like a town where everyone knows everyone. So the two teenagers is Lauren and Owen, and they were dating when I think they were like 13. I know that the first text messages started coming around that time when they were like, I believe 13. And let me tell you, baby, these text messages increasingly get so nasty. So the first text message comes in and it says, "Hi Lauren, Owen is breaking up with you." Mind you, this is in a group chat. And also it's from an unknown number. It says he doesn't like you, he hasn't liked you for a while, things like that. Then the messages goes on to say, "It's obvious he wants me. He laughs, smiles, touches my hair." Then it says, "Not sure what he told you, but he is coming to the Halloween party. And we are both down to, do the woohoo. Do the nasty. Okay, this is what is being texted to this 13-year-old in a group chat. They say, you're a sweet girl, but, you can't give him what he wants. Sorry, not sorry. So naturally, they're confused. They don't know who this can be. It's an unknown number, but they mentioned the Halloween party. The Halloween party is for Chloe, who is Owen's best friend. So he asked her if it was her that sent the messages, and she said no. So after that, everything kind of goes back to normal. There's no more messages for like a year. It's like chill. Everybody is chilled out. Nobody's thinking about it. It's in the back of their minds. So as soon as the messages pop back up, they are on their bull again. They're saying things like, "How's the happy couple? It's time for this golden couple to come to an end. Owen loves me, and I will always be the girl he loves. He will be with me while your lonely, ugly, is alone." Just very nasty, rude, nasty things. So Lauren decides to call the number and see if someone will pick up. So she's calling, and of course, they're not answering. So then they said, "Bruh, Lo, stop effing calling, ain't answering." Okay, so Lo is a little nickname that she goes by. So she knows it's someone in her group that knows that she goes by that name. And I'm noticing is 3 people in this group chat all the time. So like, who is these 3 people that's getting it? So maybe it's her, Owen, and his best friend. So this is Sean. This is Lauren's dad. And he's like, when they first got into their relationship, he's like, she came to him and she was talking to a boy. And he's like, "You're talking to a boy? Aren't you a little young to be in a relationship?" And I'm like, isn't that your call? Don't you supposed to tell her when she can start dating? That's your job. But anyway, they let it happen. Him and her mom. And this is Kendra, Lauren's mom, who also allowed her to be in this relationship with this little boy. And this is Jill, Owen's mom. And this is Dave, Owen's dad. So everybody has their mom and their father in their lives. So, they all agreed that these two could date despite their age. They do things like, I guess, go to sports. They're each other's sporting games. They both into the same type of things. They go to the movies, things like that. So then through their relationship, the parents and all started getting close too. Everybody started hanging out together and everything. It was like, everybody was happy. So as the messages started coming again, these kids are trying to like figure out if a text comes through. They're looking around and see who's on their phone and stuff like that. And then they, the person would know what Lauren was doing and what she was wearing. So this text comes up and it says, "Effing trash B, don't effing wear leggings. Ain't no one want to see your anorexic flat ass." So just like a lot of messages about her appearance and her looks and, how she's not flattering and just a lot of mean spirited things. Just very downright nasty. I'm not going to put all the text messages out there, but trust me, you need to watch this show if you haven't, because Lord, it gets worse than this. So then the parents decide that they're going to go to the school and they're going to, have the school get involved. And the school does. The school gets involved and they're trying to figure out, they're watching video tapes of the kids and stuff. They refuse to take the kids' phones and stuff like that because the principal says something about, I'm always on my phone. I feel like it's an educational thing or whatever. And I'm like, so what are they going to do? Google answers? Google answers for class or whatever, just real, like that was just really stupid and everything, because if somebody is getting harassed like this and everything, and especially during school hours, if you take all the kids' phones, then they're not allowed to have them or have them on or operating them, then you can kind of narrow it down. If they're still getting it, then there's not somebody in the school, blah blah blah. But that didn't happen, and I do understand that children do need their phones, like in case of an emergency and stuff, but these kids are living on their phone throughout school and everything is just crazy. Anyway, at this point, I'm like, why haven't y'all called the cops? Because she is getting thousands of messages and it is nonstop. It is like all day long. Like, it's time to get the police involved, but they don't. They take their time to finally and eventually they do get the police involved. So 13 months in, the text messages are outrageous, saying he wants sex, BJs, and making out. He doesn't want your sorry ass. And these are children. Okay, keep in mind, these are still children. And this is the type of messages she is getting. Eventually, the messages are doing what it set out to do, which is to break these two up. Because Lauren is accusing him, asking him, is he with someone else? There's a reason that these texts are coming through and, she's not trusting him. And, he's kind of like, maybe we just give them what they want. We could just end the relationship and, maybe pick up later on, a couple of years later if, things are, die down and we start getting these messages and all. And so they ended. She's hurt because, Lauren's hurt because this is her first love, and he didn't want to have to do it, but it was just, in the better interest for everybody. So they end up breaking up. So you think problem solved, right? But nope, problem definitely not solved. So the messages continue. And they're putting like the vomit emoji over her face, calling her all kinds of names. Just unbelievable. Like, bruh, they're no longer together, but yet the text messages are still coming. So now, of course, the school and everybody is worried about their well-being because, mentally that will take a toll. Some adults can't handle that type of, torture, and you can't expect children to. So, a lot of children will hurt themselves. So naturally, everybody's like very concerned now. So when the messages started telling Lauren to self-harm herself, that's when they got the police involved. This is like 15 months later. Now the police step in. So then she started getting messages about her when she was playing a basketball game, and they were talking about how she sucks at the game and how, they scored the most points and stuff like that. So her mom, Lauren's mom, was a assistant coach on the team, and so they were looking at the scores just to see who had the most scores, which was Chloe, which is Owen's best friend. So now they start looking into her. Okay, enters Craig and Tammy, who are Chloe's parents, and basically they're saying things like, they were blaming her, their daughter. I believe he's a cop. And I'm thinking at this point, like, yeah, a cop definitely could hide those type of text messages and all, but what for? Like, why would he be doing that to a child? But you never know and everything. So they're defending their daughter, of course. But, people are saying that, she could be a mean girl, but she's just really a popular girl and stuff like that. So they, assumed that it could possibly be her because they thought she liked Owen, because they were really close and stuff like that. But it was, more of a best friend type thing. It wasn't a romantic thing. So Chloe is also being depressed, because now that there's kids that's accusing her. Owen's mom is texting through his phone like he is Owen, trying to get her to confess and stuff like that because they all thought it could possibly be her. And so, of course, she too is a child. So she is kind of, getting in her own shell and everything because she's being accused of something that she hasn't done. But then he was getting text messages with Chloe picture in it. and saying things like, I like almost like if she was responsible and that she did it. But anybody would know, like, if you don't want to get caught, you would not put your picture in there. So they knew Chloe was not the person sitting there, because she would not implicate herself like that. She would not be that dumb to put herself in the pictures and the images and send those text messages with her image in there. So yeah, no, it wasn't Chloe. So then they have a Christmas party, and all the, families are invited, the ones that's close knit. And a text message comes through to their same group chat, and it says, bruh, lo, we digging his new black phone case for real. And now this is a picture that was taken at the party. So they know whoever is doing this is at the party. They have some type of way that they was at this party, or know someone at this party that was able to send this picture into their group chat. So they blame Adriana, who is Owen's cousin, because of course she's family and she's at their family, the family Christmas party. So she's also part of the school. They go to the same school. So they start checking on her, checking her phone and everything. Long story short, no, not Adriana. So Lauren gets another text. No one ever want your anorexic flat ass and tits. No dude ever touching that. You know what? You nasty slut. You win. I give up, so please stop or tell me what I have to do. That's Lauren's response. At this point, she's had enough. So Owen's mom is livid. She says she's going to go to the papers, and if the sheriff can't do something to stop this, it's outrageous now. And he claims that he can't do anything. He's messaged everybody. He's talked to everybody. He is not getting anywhere. So she's like, that's not good enough. Someone has to pay for this, and rightfully so. Someone has to pay for this. So he gets the FBI to step in, because he has no resources. He doesn't know what to do. So the FBI steps in. So mind you, this is like 19 months later, and the FBI is, on their job. Bradley Peter, he is, extracting phone information. He's still not coming up with nothing new. During this time, Owen is dating a new girl, and you guessed it, they start messaging her. And, the girl is writing, Owen, do you know who this is? And he's like, no. So now Owen is depressed, because, man, he can't date nobody new either, because now they're messaging that person. So, of course, I'm thinking, like, who in the hell has that girl number? And I'm thinking the cops definitely can get this information. And also, but I'm still like, why would he do that and everything? But, of course, I'm like, what in the hell? So, he stops dating that girl because he doesn't want her to be harassed. So Bradley, the FBI agent, he subpoenas Verizon. He gets a search warrant, and he gets those results back. He is on his job. He finds these phone numbers that's attached to the IP address, and then he goes and he also gets a search warrant for that company. So he kept searching, and one number kept popping up. And the number belongs to Kendra, Lauren's mom, Quasimodo, okay, in the flesh, okay? Real life, lazy eye, Quasimodo, Lauren's mom, was doing this the entire time to her own daughter. Let that sink in. To her own daughter. Like, mouth gape open. What the entire fuck? I was blown away. I'm still blown away. As a mom with two girls, they're grown now, but I could not even imagine, like, what the entire fuckity fuck. Now, let me pause right there, because as you're watching this documentary, this mofo is shedding tears at how hurt her daughter is. She is talking like the regular people, like she has no idea who has been doing this. She is a concerned parent, and I'm just there like, you legit got on this documentary, you agreed to do it. Like, I wouldn't show my face, especially that face. I would not show it. Are you serious? I was like, what? She must have needed money big time, because what? Let me tell you how much of a scam and weirdo this woman is. Mind you, everybody is so shocked. Like, what? She was part of the coaching team. She's been in the, around with the students. And like, It's just blowing everybody's mind. Like they cannot believe, and it's an adult, and they cannot believe it's her, because it's her daughter. Hello, it's, and then the stuff that she's writing is about a child, Owen. All the little sexual and the sexual text messages and stuff is all about a child. Okay, so that's also a problem. Okay, a big problem. This is about a child. Like I just cannot even the amount of crazy this woman is. So now the cops have all the information they need. They are going over there to confront her about what they know. They have enough to give her, for a conviction or whatever, to at least start the procedures for one. And she, they're questioning her, like, how did this start? Was you mad? Was he mean to her or whatever? And she's like, no, well, the first ones, those didn't start with me. I kind of took over after the first one stopped. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. They all were you. All of them, I believe every last one of those messages came from her. So they asked her, does Lauren know anything about the text messages that she was the one writing them? And she says, no, and I really don't want her to. Girl, who cares what you want? Like, she's going to know. You are such a weirdo. Like, girl, bye. So now they're about to pull Lauren in to tell her what happened. And the mom is just like, I don't know what this is going to do to her. She's not going to be able to go to school after this. And they're like, I understand, but we have to tell everybody. Like, everybody's going to know because other children were accused of this. Like, you stupid bee. Okay. Everybody was accused of this. So yeah, they're going to know what you did. So now you're worried about what's going to happen to your daughter at school. You don't care. Like, girl, bye. You do not care. You only care that you got busted and that they're going to tell on you. And also, I hate how nice they were to her. Like, I could not be a detective or nothing like that. I tell you, I promise you, because I'd have been like, girl, please. Like, well, you shouldn't have did it then, right? You shouldn't have did it. You were messaging your own daughter these nasty messages, disgusting, vile messages, telling her to end herself. And you think I care about what your feelings are right now? Oh my God, I would be so nasty to this Quasimodo B. Okay, I'm trying to not curse, but let me tell you, she would hear it. Also, they asked if she had any other devices, and she said no, which she was still lying, because once they called her husband down there, he told them that there's another phone, which they had to take. So she's still a liar. Like, I was like, girl, you're still a liar. So now her husband is asking her what happened to her job at Ferris and this Texas place and all, because he is probably wondering what everybody else is wondering. Is like, how are you working and you have so much time to message these kids this many times all day long throughout the whole day? Like, how? And this mofo has not been working for these people for 6 months. She has been lying to him. Mind you, she already made them lose a house they were renting. They got evicted and all their stuff was put inside a storage unit. All of their keepsakes and everything, photos, all types of things, his tools and stuff. And he thought she was paying on that, and she wasn't paying that either. And he ended up losing that too. She is a trifling person. And I don't know if she thought that doing this documentary was going to save face because she was putting it out there and everything. But girl, you are the lowest of the low. So her husband is like, you got to go. You got to go to your mom's house. I don't know where you go, but you got to get out of here because otherwise I'm going to do something crazy. So his daughter and stuff is crying and the mom is holding her, which is so annoying. Like, I know she's a child and everything, but there's zero reaction from this girl besides a little bit of tears. Like, if I found out my mom was telling me to off myself and stuff like that, the amount of, oh my, how nasty I would have been, how rude. I don't care if you my mom and everything. I mean, I would have said something. There would have been some type of reaction. This girl is just out of it. Like, I don't know. It's not a normal reaction to me, but I mean, I know it's her mom and stuff, but she's very meek. And there's just some people that are, so I'm not going to bash the little girl and everything. But for me, if it was me, oh, my mom wouldn't be holding me and kissing on me and crying in my arms and stuff. Girl, please do not touch me. Do not touch me. And then this woman has the nerve to tell him that she does not want to leave with her parents because he called them and told my son, I have to stay with her. I have to stay with her. Girl, no, you don't. You need to get far away from her. Okay. One thing she does not need is you. Then this sorry excuse of a mother starts to say that everyone has made mistakes in life. Probably everyone has broke the law at some point in their life. There's some people that have, drive drunk and stuff and just have not gotten caught. So, oopsie, she made a little mistake and she got caught, but don't judge her too harshly because you guys, she's talking about all of you and me, and have broken the law at some point and just haven't gotten caught. Girl, shut up, okay? Shut up. You told your child to unalive herself. Girl, you are not like us, okay? You are like some people, but you're not like us. Not the majority, girl. So please move with that bull. Then she said she knows to some she'll be a villain, a bad mom, but that's because we only know one side of her story. But that's not all who she is. That's not everything she is. Girl, that's who you are, okay? you let your family get evicted because you lied about working and everything like that and all. You lost all y'all belongings in a storage unit. Then you was messaging children. You was sexualizing a child. Girl, a child. You're exactly who we think you are. A bad person, a disgusting mom, a disgusting person. You are all of those things. So then she claims that she was not responsible for the first set of text messages. Then she says that when that died down and it started back up with her, she was saying the best thing would have been to get her a new phone and change her phone number. But then why should she have to do that? Or why should Lauren have to have a new phone number? So you thought that text messaging her, bullying stuff again, and just mean harmful things was going to help? It makes no sense. She's lying. She's full of it. The excuses are dumb. Like, the excuses are dumb. That's just I don't have any other words for that. So she wanted to get to the bottom of what was going on. So that's when she started sending text messages to Lauren and Owen. Now, for those of us that are not insane, does that make sense? No, it doesn't. She's also stupid. So she said she started sending the first text messages, hoping that they would message her back and she could pinpoint by them saying something, from the group from their friends' chats and stuff like that and all. So she could pinpoint where the person was at. But ma'am, it's coming from inside the house, okay? Inside your house. The messages, all of them, are coming from inside the house. So even her cousin says that she thinks that everything that she told her husband for the last 10 years has been a lie. This woman does not know the truth. The truth is not in her. So they finally bring her to trial. Well, it's not a trial. She, of course, did it. So she's getting sentenced, and Owen's mom gets to, address her in court. And this is at the point where Owen mom said that it was always weird that she was always at Owen's games, even, though her daughter wasn't dating him anymore. And Owen reveals that, she was always doing everything for him, cutting his steak up, overly gushing over him, and always, talking to him. And I want to say that she said he said that she messaged him at would message him out of the blue, just weird, creepy pedo things. Okay. She's also, on top of being a disgusting mom, she's jealous of her daughter, and she was jealous of their relationship because she could not be with Owen. That is super sick. Okay. Super sick. Anyway, she gets 19 months in jail. Not enough time, if you ask me. She should have gotten way more time. So yeah, imagine your mom so obsessed with your boyfriend at the age of 14 that she would do something this despicable. Okay, this disgusting. Yeah. So that's pretty much the whole thing. She got 19 months, not enough time for me. Her daughter still wants a relationship with her, but that's her mom. And I wouldn't want a relationship with my mom, but everybody's different. She seems to be a very sweet girl. Mind you, his best friend's parents, they think that they all were in on it, that they all knew what was going on or whatever. I don't think that. I don't I could understand why they would think that, because the reaction from the dad seems sincere, but the daughter didn't really react much to me and everything. But I don't think that she knew. I just think that this was all this crazy woman's doing. And yeah, I hope that, they figure it out. I would hope that the daughter will move on with her life because this woman is dangerous. Oh, they also was trying to say that this is kind of like that disease. It's called Munchausen syndrome. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but where parents love the attention and want to feel like the hero, so they'll do harm to their children so that they can get the glory of, nursing them back to health, or people like, consoling them. So I can see that could be something going on here, but I think that it is even deeper. I just think that this, for it to just start when she gets this little boyfriend, something like that usually happens throughout life. I feel like it's not that really. I mean, by definition, it seems like that, but once she got this little boyfriend is when she started doing that to her daughter. So I just think it's jealousy, honestly. I think it's jealousy. I think it's pedo intentions because she wanted that little 14-year-old talking all of those sexual things. I think that should have been charges. I think she should have had charges for the sexual things that she was saying. So yeah, that sums it up. If you haven't watched it and you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Comment down below. Let's have a conversation about it because this thing was crazy. What did y'all think about it? And are you going to watch it if you haven't watched it? I think that it definitely should go on your must watch list. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to end this video the same way they ended the documentary because it's very important. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health or thoughts of self-harm, information and resources are available at wannatalkaboutit.com. It's easy to feel like that's the only way to end your pain, especially when you're young, but it's not. Things can always get better as long as you talk to someone and you let them know how you're feeling. There's always going to be someone there for you. You are here for a reason. You are loved and you are needed and appreciated. And if you like this video, then like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos that I upload. Okay, thank you. Bye.